My name's Ethan Scala and I'm here to present my pitch today. Before we just get in, I'd like to do a little introduction about the pitch, obviously. It's been an interesting one. Obviously we've got a lot of things to do, but also we've got a lot of creative rights, may I say, to go through with it, and I've chosen the choice for our logo and slogan today. And I thought to myself, if I'm going to present this and want to make this a hydration drink, I think it's best suited to be looking for a specific audience, such as maybe sports, which is what I've gone for today. That's my main pitch today for my idea. We'll get more into that as I go through the mood board. I should have to click there. Awesome, so this is my logo and my slogan, Vesi Hydration. Obviously, the Vesi itself is bolded out, it's big, it stands out, it looks great, and it's got that sporty look to it. And then you've got the hydration. I myself thought I can have just Vesi. I think the hydration part was needed, adds a bit more key detail, but it looks nice, it stands out. You know, you can walk past a drink aisle in the superstore and you're going to see that as one of the main things. You're not going to see Evian or, you know, other drink companies. You're going to see that because it stands out, it's bold, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. And then our slogan here, the winning edge, again correlates to sport. I think if we can promote it like that, you know, looking at players who do win, you know, they have all these hydration drinks because they believe it's what gives them the edge to their sport. And I just think having the winning edge as our slogan here, it works brilliantly for that. And you know, we can definitely promote it more out to sports. Talking about sports, the sport I went for today is rugby. I'm quite a massive rugby fan myself and a massive rugby player, and I know hydration is very important for flexibility and everything. As you see, we've got a number of rugby clubs, rugby teams, we've got internationals, we've got clubs like Northampton, we've got some key players here, but then we've also, I thought to myself, if we're going to promote such a sport, as that's what we're also doing, but also the hydration, the company, the drink, I think we should look more towards grassroots clubs, you know, small grassroots clubs like regionals, nationals, you know, because then that further promotes our hydration company, and also it kind of shows that we're more than just a niche audience of, oh, it has to be the top athletes. It doesn't have to be the top athletes are everywhere. You know, it doesn't matter what league you're playing, you always do your hardest there. As you can see there, for example, that photo, celebrations, winning that ruck, it's a massive thing to them. But so if we target more of these companies, if we target more of these small clubs, it betters our situation. But also, as many know, rugby's not a massive sport compared to other sports like basketball, football, for example, American football. And I feel like that's why going for a considerably smaller sport may boost our income, for example, and may make more people look towards rugby as, you know, rugby, instead of it's just being, football all the time. And obviously, for ideas such as sponsorships with Vesi, for example here, drink bottle, that's with a water company. I've given an idea of a water bottle to sell. We can sell those to grassroots clubs and, you know, obviously have them drink our drinks through our bottles and further expand our company name. So next for is a couple of posters, a couple of ads. This is our main one. It doesn't say much about the company, but it's one of the examples again of sponsorships. It's kind of that idea. As you can see, we've got Vesi Hydration, the winning edge. One of the key player that we could use, for example, Connor Andrews, who's obviously running through there. It's that winning edge, it's that battling, fighting those two people there and kind of pushing forward towards that try line. Stuff like that to kind of promote it. You know, you've got Red Bull, for example. Red Bull gives you wings. You know, they're in key sports such as F1, you know, BMX, and they always say that slogan. It's really important. That's why I think using rugby to get the winning edge is such a good idea. Here's another example, one that's more towards selling. So this is a bit of a prototype, an initial idea. So here we have our Vesi product, obviously. We've got a singular player, your key player, and then we've got maximum taste, maximum impact, so stuff like that. Obviously it aims towards what the hydration drink does, how good it is, but also what it can do if you drink it. That's like the idea that I'm trying to go for here. Moving on from that, we've got our storyboard here. It's a bit not as detailed, but you kind of get the grasp of it. So for our beginning story, it's just a average player in a grassroots club, for example, dreaming of playing for the World Cup, but he's kicking balls through a post and it's not going as well. He goes for a drink of Vesi, and the whole idea of that video is once he drinks it, it shines. So it's like a glowing light, like a winning edge, if you'd say. To which then the shift goes on to Alliance Stadium, Twickenham, as it was originally called, and he's now watching himself play rugby for England. And he's doing very well, he's doing really good, to which then he gets tackled, but it's actually an illegal tackle, a high tackle, to which the ref calls it for a penalty, to which then he'll have an amount of players behind him going, oh, go for the kick, do it. And he looks at the Vesi product and sees it as, oh, Vesi, I can do it, the winning edge. To which then he'll take the kick and he'll win it for England. To which then it will end off at our product being the end, and it will have Vesi, the winning edge, and that's kind of the main story of it. That's what I'm looking to go for there. Moving on, our radio advert, obviously I've already shown it to you, but I thought I'd give you a little description of what it will include. So we have a producer who's done a small jingle for us. It's quite nice, quite vibrant, but it also matches the kind of rugby standard. If you look at adverts and their radios for like Guinness, for example, and when they talk about the Rugby World Cup, it's meant to be heroic in a way. It's meant to have cheers of, like, you know, people celebrating, and that's what we aim for here. And at the end, we'll obviously announce our product, Vesi Hydration, and then we'll have the key slogan here, the winning edge. Again, going back to that winning edge, we really want that to go out to people. One, it gives a sense of hope to wherever club they're in, obviously the clubs we sponsor. And two, again, I just think it stands out from most slogans and just has the touch to really go big.